January 2026. I think it's been a good start to the year. I really do think I've started the year right. I think I've been a bit more consistent in posting, especially on TikTok, shorts. I've been able to get into the gym a bit more. And I think in just terms of understanding my space and getting used to just being myself really and doing things that I know I need to do when I need to do it. I think so far in January, January has been a great month. Even in terms of business, you know, I once had a client for my social media marketing business.
Oh, this came up with that. That's quite good. I like that.
No, that's a good idea. Who was actually with me for a year and 5 or 6 months. He was doing a lot of short form content, just helping him get a bit more traction for his Instagram page for his coaching business. Then that client actually left me for a couple of months, things just fizzled out. Not in a bad way, but I'll just leave it at that. And then, funnily enough, at the start of this year, I've now got back the same client. So in terms of the business aspect, I'm now back in business. And the thing is about with January, and the thoughts that I was having in January, especially at the start of January, is I wanted to definitely start taking my business a lot more seriously. I wanted to be able to have a bit more systems and have a bit more structure in terms of what I would like the year trajectory to look like. And I think we're at a great start so far. We've been able to, lay down the foundations of what exactly that we're doing, have frequent calls, set up the email. Well, right now we're in the process of setting up the email marketing. But I think overall it's been a great month. I mean, we're planning to go live, get the ball rolling on the 1st of Feb. And then hopefully the 1st of Feb is, February in general is going to be a great month. Things are more aligned. I think also in terms of the gym, January has been a good month. I've gone to the gym a lot more consistently this month. I think last year it was a bit wishy-washy. I was going gym once a week, but also here and there at times where I wasn't as consistent. Whereas now I'm actually in the gym every week. I wouldn't say every day and as consistently as I would like it to be. The amount of visits that I've made this month compared to what it was before has had a drastic increase, which I'm proud of, which I want to plan to, I also want to plan to increase the show up rate, and get into it, essentially just get into the flow of having a routine. I think what also went well within January is I would say that it's my self-belief. I've had a lot of conversations within myself, a lot of time to think, and one thing that I realized is that I can actually do what I say I want to do. And whether I could annoy some people in terms of being less available or too focused on what I'm doing, it feels like for once I'm starting to kind of put myself first a bit, not in a selfish way, but to really prioritize what I need to do. And what I would love to do better as the year goes on is simply starting to create systems, starting to actually really lay out exactly how I want things to operate, and the things that I used to do that will take long to do, which is maybe record videos and edit them and upload them and reach out to businesses and create lead lists and call them up. Like, what I would like to do is have it more systemized, start incorporating AI more into what I'm actually doing. I think so far so good. January has been a decent month. Essentially, the reason why I'm creating this video is more just, it's not to get views, it's not something I guess is for new people who are checking out the channel to really watch, but it's more a slight recap of how the month has gone. And I feel like although I haven't said much, a lot has actually happened within January. That's increasing in the gym, having a client for my business, being more consistent on my socials in terms of posting and creating a personal brand, having more inquiries about my business and my services, and having people that want to work with me and they want me to help them out. And I think in terms of just knowledge base in general, there's been a lot of learning that's happened within January that I want to incorporate within February. Yeah, although it's the start of the year, 30 days in, I think this year is going to be a great year. What I would like to see by the end of this year is having a full-fledged business and knowing at the end of the year that I gave it my all this year. Even if it's not in the ideal position that I'd want it to be in, I know that I gave it my all. And that's the same with my socials as well. Creating a personal brand, building something that is actually bulletproof. I think also in February I'd want to actually do is at least have a full digital product set up and potentially a website, and maybe also a new client, but that just depends on time management. But I just want each month to be better than the other. So yeah, this was a very light video, nothing complex, just journal of January. and let's just see how February goes. Also, another thing that I've actually started to really do that is a very simple thing but it's been very effective is really utilizing my calendar. You know, being able to be on top of the things that you know you need to do, just being able to see it on my phone. Okay, this needs to be done at this certain time, just so that you don't forget. At the time of placing it in your calendar, you allocated, it's like you've already allocated that time to do it. So when the time comes around, it's just best for you to do it at that time. And it just builds, I guess, discipline. It just builds, you know, structure within your own life, just being able to fill out your calendar. So if you are still watching this video and if you do want that little tip just to, I guess, increase your productivity, definitely start utilizing your calendar, because that small change can really, it can just really benefit you in ways that you don't really think it could. But yeah, that's a January recap. Let's just get into February. And also, we have to thank God for keeping us safe throughout January. We pray that February will also be a month of success. There's nothing that we can do on our own strength. We just have to trust and believe, but also put the work in. So yeah, that's a wrap.